Time, buongiorno, buonasera, famiglia Delvecchio. I feel we are truly among friends today. And what could be a better start to 2025 than visiting a family that to me exemplifies the best in Italy, truly. And I would like to tell you more about this, but if I may, even so, most of you know everything about Esperienza because you either have been on our tours or you have heard me talk about this. But just would like to remind you that Esperienza, which was conceived, the idea was conceived in 2017, but officially started in 2018. Esperienza exists. Sorry, I'm getting this Italian, that I'm speaking Italian as well. I'm not speaking Italian. Esperienza was conceived because I love the people in Romagna. I fell in love with them when living in Italy, and I wanted to share this treasure, the people in Romagna, with others, including with the food and the art and everything else. But never in my life, and I have lived in many different countries, I have encountered so much passion, kindness, generosity. I still remember for the first time going to Romagna, entering a grocery store and looking at a book with recipes. And I'm looking at the book and the shop assistant says, take this book. You love it, take it, it's yours. And I was no one knew me at that time, but I have encountered so much generosity there that it keeps me going back for more, because at the time, the Atlantic magazine just declared this century the loneliest century in human history. All over the world, and especially in America, we are so lonely, as that's why connecting with people has never been so vital to our physical and mental health. So without further discussion on this subject, I would like to introduce you to the family the way I encounter them. It was a series of friendships that eventually led me to meet Stefano and Cinzia and Adele and Dario, all of them. But before I even met them, I fell in love with the music of Stefano Delvecchio, because many years ago he created a band called Devano Est. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but the music is so warm and so welcoming. And there was a particular tango piece that I fell in love. And when I heard from a friend of mine, a painter, Carlo, that some of you might have visited his house, maybe Michael and Julie, when I heard that we can visit with them, I was very excited. But there was so much to discover about Stefano and his family. Stefano is truly a Renaissance man. He decided to build the house out of leftover materials. He recycled so much materials that no one wanted, and he created truly an incredible, environmentally friendly house and very welcoming. The house is built for people. The house is built for gatherings. Some of you have been in the kitchen, some of you have been at the table. I can't imagine truly a more welcoming place. And it's truly in the middle of nowhere. If you remember how Romagna is, Romagna is the southern part of Emilia-Romagna. And it's squeezed between the Adriatic Sea and the Apennines. And there is hills closer to the Apennines, and this is where the house is. It's far from the city of Cesena. It's far from the neighbors. They're neighbors, but you only see trees. Yet it's such a welcoming place. It's full of good food, music, and friends. And then, of course, there's Cinzia, who has her own gifts. Adele, who fascinated us, and Dario, who draws, who paints for all of us. So it's such an amazing opportunity for us to be connected with this family, and we have done many times. And many times I have seen tears being brought because the emotional intensities that the music creates was so strong that people felt overwhelmed with happiness, truly with happiness. So we cannot thank enough to all the friends that led us eventually to the family of Delvecchio. And eventually they also brought us to the new violin for Adele, which the more I think about it, the more I believe it truly represents what Esperienza is all about. Connecting with people, seeing an opportunity to do good and doing it, and celebrating all over again, doing it. At times like this, what could be more reassuring that will continue and there will be more to celebrate? So since food is so universal, let's go to the kitchen. Let's start with the kitchen, where Cinzia is so modest. She's always hiding in the kitchen and let Adele and Stefano do their magic, and Dario sometimes joins. But Cinzia is very unique, and she comes from Gambettola, actually. Some of you may remember the fantastic wood block stamped textile shops that we have visited. She's from Gambettola. She fell in love with Stefano, and the rest is history. She's the one who creates so much warmth at the table, always with her very innovative dishes. But Cinzia, you have something for us. Let's go to the kitchen.
Okay.
Let's see your magic there.
Okay, io non vi vedo.
So the major, look at the kitchen, and it is made by Stefano. Every single thing is made by Stefano, except for the stove, of course, and the refrigerator, but otherwise designed and made by him from leftover materials. Truly a man of the future, able to, or Renaissance man, I don't know, someone who can do everything in addition to composing the music for his band. So Cinzia, you have something very special in your kitchen.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I remember when we first visited, you shared with us the sourdough starter.
Yeah.
I have seen sourdough starter before, but then you told us that it is as old as Adele.
Yeah.
It started when Adele was born.
16 years ago. Yeah.
Believe it or not, she has kept the sourdough starter alive all this time, feeding it with love. every
This one.
every now and then. Yes.
Okay.
It's available. Next time you visit, it's available. You can actually take some of it with you home. Spread the love.
Okay, and I don't speak in English, but Adele or Anna, help me, please, to explain. Ok? Allora, Anna, parlo un po' della pasta madre e del pane, ok?
Ok.
Ok. Allora, questa pasta madre ha 16 anni e io ogni 4 giorni le do da mangiare.
Okay. Adele, you're gonna translate or?
Yeah.
Okay. So this sourdough is 4 years old and
16.
16 years old, and she refresh it every 4 days.
And per preparare il pane uso un po' di questa e un po' di farina. Vi faccio vedere come lo preparo.
To prepare the bread, she uses a little bit of this and a little bit of those flowers. And she's going to show you how she does it.
Ok. Allora.
And by the way, all these flowers are special, I believe.
Yeah. La farina è una farina di grani antichi che prendo in un mulino qui vicino dove, Anna, tu forse mi puoi... La filiera è molto corta, cioè a chilometro zero e il grano è un grano molto vecchio.
Sì, Anna, io non so come si dice questo in inglese.
Well, it's almost kilometer zero, kind of. The grain is very pre-industrial grain, but
No,
also
non è industriale.
No. È prima di industriale, ho detto. Prima di
Esatto.
industriale.
Ok.
Yes. They call it in Italian, they call this antique grains, ancient grains. And there's a community in Romagna very passionate about these grains, and they have developed their own mill where all this is coming from.
Yeah.
I mean, one day we'll go visit the mill.
È diventato un amico e ha questo mulino che si chiama Pransani, è qui vicino a 10 chilometri da casa, quindi io vado la farina lì.
Okay, it's only 10 kilometers away. The mill, and yes, this person, the miller, has dedicated his life to bringing back these grains and milling them in the right way.
Ok.
With stone.
Per fare, Adele, aiutami, per fare circa 2 kg di pane, facciamo così, 2 kg di pane è il pane che io faccio per noi ogni 4-5 giorni.
She makes almost 2
kilos
of bread for us every day.
No, every day.
Tutti i giorni, hai detto?
No, every week.
Sì.
Ok, I use like a colla,
What is this? Cola?
Somiglia a una colla, molto
Like a glue.
idratata. 200 grammi. Volete scrivere la ricetta?
Scriviamo.
200 grammi. Poi prendo acqua tiepida.
Warm water.
I see that she measures it very precisely.
Lo misuri
We're all Italians.
No.
Karen, I don't remember what is cola in Italian, in English.
Ok. Acqua. Circa 700 grammi di acqua.
Quanti?
700.
Sì.
Ok. Bilancia non serve più.
Ah,
E ora
had a
bisogna...
scale hiding under there, so it was precise.
No. Sciogliere questa pasta deve diventare liquido.
The dough has to melt in the water.
E queste bolle, Anna, vedi?
Sì, sì.
Queste bolle indicano che questa pasta è molto viva, attiva.
So this bubble,
Ah,
the
okay.
sourdough.
I'm beginning to understand. So she's making the bread. Maybe someone else can comment on this, but this is a way of making bread, not directly just with the starter and the flour, but also using some pre-prepared mix. I forgot how it's called
Se
in
fate
English.
questo,
The cola, because at the beginning she said the cola, yes.
deve fare questa schiuma.
Mhm.
Ok, messo il lievito, metto la farina. La farina può essere di vari tipi, io uso quella integrale. No 00, no 0. Farina integrale.
Okay, whole flour.
Yeah. E metto senza pesare. Farina integrale, brown flour. Ok. E un altro tipo di farina. Ok, stop it. Salt. Il sale aiuta la lievitazione.
I didn't know that she's saying the salt helps with not fermentation.
Not many, but okay, stop.
I also want to mention that she said that when we were looking at the starter, the bubbles showed that it was active and alive.
Yeah.
All'inizio uso il cucchiaio, ma poi uso le mani.
Quanti di farina?
Farina
Quanto
non
basta?
tutto,
Quanto basta?
quanto
Okay.
basta.
So the flour, as much as you need, she knows. So for me, I'd have to add a little and add a little and add a little until it was right. So we're going to watch the texture now.
And I try with my hands. Ok, è ancora molto bagnata, quindi aggiungo della farina.
Io non ho capito bene, tu usi pasta madre più questa colla?
Allora, no. Quella colla che hai visto all'inizio è la pasta madre. Lei è la pasta
Ok.
madre.
È la stessa cosa. Ok.
Lei è la pasta madre. Sembra una colla perché è molto idratata, appiccica. Ok, farina.
Okay.
Cola means
So,
glue. It's sticky. It holds it together, right?
okay, so what she calls, so she only used the sourdough starter, and she was pointing out that it's alive. Yes, and then
Ok.
the water, the warm water and the flour. Sorry, I got confused with another recipe.
And now I don't have a machine like Linda. Ok. E lavoro per un po' finché diventa un impasto omogeneo. Traduci, Anna, perché non lo so dire.
Yes, well, she's working the dough until it becomes homogeneous. And she's using, you see this large board, it's very typical in Romagna. Practically every woman has this,
Every woman.
every kind of.
Ok.
Kitchen.
Untreated wood that is used for pasta making and bread making. So who taught you? Where did you learn how to make bread?
Ho imparato un po' da un'amica, un po' guardando dei libri, un po' provando. In 16 anni ho cambiato tante volte il modo di farlo e ora sono contenta del risultato. Ok.
So Cinzia was saying that she learned to make bread by learning from friends, from books, and by experience. Through experience, she tried many different ways.
Sì, cambio molte volte la quantità di acqua, di pasta madre, ma da un po' che lo faccio così. Fino qui è facile, giusto?
Yeah.
Il bello o brutto, dipende della pasta madre, è che fare il pane con la pasta madre necessita di tanta pazienza, tante ore. Io questo pane lo potrò cuocere solo domani. Allora,
24 hours patience waiting for all the fermentation to take place.
sì. Questi lieviti, questi enzimi che sono nella pasta madre lavorano con calma. Questo pane, una volta cotto, può stare fuori dal frigo, fuori a temperatura ambiente anche per 6 giorni, 7 giorni, cosa che non succede con un pane del forno. Dopo un giorno non si mangia più. Questo dura una settimana.
Is she saying that the bread rises for a full day?
That is correct. It rises for 24 hours. It's an interesting thing because I have seen variations in the time between 24 to up to 48 hours. But you have to test, because if you wait too long, the bread could lose its volume. So she has picked the optimal time for this type of combination that she's using, the different flours and the type of pasta madre that she's using.
Esatto.
Through 16 years of experimentation, by the way.
I wonder if anyone else has questions about this while this is going on. Feel free to chat them in. I wonder, you feed the pasta madre every 4 days. If you leave your house, what happens? If you leave for 5 or 6 days or a week?
Ho capito. Se non sono a casa, come faccio?
Sì.
È come un bambino. Devo portare questo bambino da qualcuno che può badare il mio bambino. Quindi lo passo a qualcuno che può dare da mangiare a lei quando io non ci sono.
So it's a community thing.
Like a babysitter.
Yes, so she treats the sourdough starter as her own child. If she's going away for a long period, she takes it to a babysitter.
Who will use it and feed it.
Yes.
Per mangiare, in realtà, serve solo acqua e farina. Vi faccio vedere. Adesso io prendo questa colla. La pasta madre è questa. Vi faccio vedere come faccio, sempre molto a occhio. Metto un po' di acqua, gli do da bere, acqua. Questo è il pane, questa è la pasta madre.
Okay, she's showing us how she feeds the sourdough starter. First it gives it to drink. Gives water.
Esatto, prima beve un po' e poi questa appiccica. Per la pasta madre uso questa farina, sempre dello stesso mulino, e poi mangia.
Now it's eating.
Yeah, drinking and eating.
Yeah. Semplice,
Mm.
ma è un impegno, non mi posso dimenticare. Se io non faccio il pane per questa settimana, non voglio fare il pane, lei deve mangiare lo stesso. Capito?
So she has to feed the sourdough starter no matter what, even if she doesn't use some parts for making bread. I mean, so she always uses part of it and feeds the rest
Ok.
to keep it alive.
E questa è pronta. È molto appiccicosa, però ha mangiato. E in 5-6 ore questa raddoppia.
Oh,
Come si dice?
Mm.
it will double in size.
Yeah.
Diventa il doppio. Questa qui, non c'è più il segno, avevo fatto un segno per farvelo vedere, si è cancellato. Comunque, ieri l'ho messa qui, era qui, stamattina arrivava qua su.
Mhm.
Ok?
So adesso lo metti indietro,
Ora
lo lasci fuori.
mi lavo le mani.
She's washing her hands and she's gonna come back and tell us exactly how she deals with the sourdough starter. I actually tried myself and I failed very quickly, so I'm very curious to find out a little bit more about what to do with sourdough starter.
Ok, questo pane lo copro con un...
She's covering the bread and letting it sit for 24 hours in a relatively warm place, I imagine.
Yeah, for 9-10 hours, maybe.
Okay. Oh, not 24,
No,
at least 9.
dopo domani, io tutta la notte, domani mattina, può essere 12-13 ore più o meno, e prendo il pane e gli do la forma. Tonda, lunga, faccio la forma del pane e lo lascio lievitare ancora.
Ok.
Ok? Poi accendo il forno
Ok.
e inforno col forno a 230 gradi per un'ora.
So Cinzia was sharing that tomorrow, after let's say 10, 13 hours, she will transfer the dough from weight right now to the mold that she uses for making the bread, and then we'll let it again rise because it will kind of go down a little bit when you transfer it. And finally, she will put it in the oven and bake it at certain temperature for 1 hour or something. Yeah, until it's done.
Adesso prima di questo Zoom alle 5, io ho cotto il pane che ho fatto ieri. Ve lo faccio vedere.
Oh,
È qua.
She's gonna show us the final result.
this is bread she started yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, bellissima.
Questo è il pane.
And this is a bread that can last 6-7 days. Nothing happened to it because the type of flour that is using, the type of sourdough starter supports such a long life. And this is what peasants used to do in Italy. They didn't have time to make bread every day. So
Adesso, se volete ve lo taglio uno
I have seen videos recently where people take very hard sourdough and they put it under the sink and
Ok.
get it wet and then rebake it, and it is just like
Oh,
this.
Questo?
Mm.
Buono.
sembra buono.
Sembra
Good,
buono.
good.
Caldo. Oil. Yeah.
Mm.
Our dinner.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Facciamo il forno. Perché, sorry. Ciuma ha costruito il forno
Stefano.
con la legna.
Ah.
Questo è il forno, a volte uso questo per fare pane, pizza, ma bello questo. Se riuscite a vederlo ve lo facciamo vedere.
So they have two ovens. One is the industrial, and this is the real one
Lo
that
facciamo
Stefano has created with his own hands.
Oh.
È buio.
a
Sì, è
farlo vedere
buio.
grande.
Yes.
Ok?
Lì. Ok, questo è il pane.
Just
Volete
a
sapere
question
qualcosa?
regarding una domanda riguardo la pasta madre. La pasta madre la lasci adesso lì o la
Lascio qui
vai indietro? I'm trying to figure out what to do with the sourdough starter.
la lascio
Next time I try.
coperta con questo.
Chiedono
Fuori dal frigo.
per quanto
Ok.
tempo
Mhm.
e a che temperatura. Non riesco a leggere. Aspetta.
Per quanto tempo la lascio qui, Anna, dici?
No, per quanto tempo e a che
Sì,
temperatura?
e dopo per il pane.
Pane, sì.
Il pane viene cotto per circa un'ora, più o meno,
Mhm.
1 hour.
a 230 gradi centigradi, non so voi che gradi usate.
Quanti gradi?
Celsius.
230 degrees centigrade, which is
Yeah.
300
Hot.
something, is 350 Fahrenheit.
Not sure. I'll look it up.
Yeah, verify. I'm guessing, maybe 360. But what about la pasta madre la lascia così? Io ancora sto
Così.
verificando.
Poi domani
450.
nel frigo. E può stare,
Nel frigo.
esatto, può stare nel frigo per 4, massimo 5 giorni. Dopo 5 giorni comincia a dire ho
Ho
fame,
capito.
sete, e quindi bisogna dare da mangiare. Io di solito...
So,
Dimmi. Vai in
okay,
frigo.
so she was explaining what is the sourdough starter. The sourdough starter is the sourdough starter. She leaves it like this, and tomorrow she will transfer it to the refrigerator where it can stay no more than 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. E volevo solo dire questa cosa, poi se vuoi lo chiudiamo. Bello che in 16 anni questa pasta madre, un pezzettino, è andata un po' dappertutto, quindi in giro c'è gente che sempre di più, non grazie a me, però questa c'è in molti posti, compresa mia mamma, mia zia, l'altra mia zia, che fanno il pane con la pasta madre. Quindi se verrete qui con esperienza vi potrei dare un pezzo di pasta madre. Di questa.
So Cinzia is promising that just like with all her friends and relatives, she will give you a little bit of the sourdough starter next time you visit. Because this is what she's been doing for all spreading the love for bread. But one cannot live just with bread and olive oil. We need more. So let's see what Adele and Stefano has prepared for us. And later we'll have more questions. If you still have more questions, which I'm sure you have more questions about the bread making, we can still address them, but let's make sure that we get the gift of music as well today.
Ok. Anna, spegniamo questo che ci...
No, spegniamo.
Ok,
So,
we
allora
are now
sì.
going to move to another part of the house, of this beautiful house.
Puoi guardare...
Stefano and Adele, they will take us to their studios, musical studio. And ciao Dario.
Ciao.
Oh.
Patio. And I'm going to, while they're walking, I'm going to share in the chat a link to Stefano, who goes by Chuma in the musical world, and to his friends, his Spotify channel. So they have some tracks they recorded and they're on there. So if you'd like to follow Chuma on Spotify, I'll put that link in the chat.
So I don't know if Tom Bullgreen.
Hi.
Tom, are you here?
Yes.
I just would like to acknowledge Tom Bullgreen, Bruce Goodman, Michael, Julie. I'm gonna forget someone, Kerry, everyone who make it possible for us to.
Ok. Anna, ci sentite? Ci vedete uguale?
Yes. Everyone
okay.
who make sure that Adele will have the violin, which we will now hear.
You,
Yes, Adele, show us the violin, please.
you violin. Oh, yeah.
Bellissima.
It's so beautiful. Thank you.
Cos'è questo?
So can we hear just the violin for a little bit?
Yes. Devo fare un pezzo?
No. Ok. Un po' più dietro che ci vedono magari.
Ah sì.
You can hear good?
I'm sure it will
Sounds
be.
good?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna play a tune with is a song. Song speak about an Italian song, sorry. But if you want, I can send you the translate of the lyric. And but it's a song speak about life, a wonderful life. Voilà.
Ah, cioè, se no vado solo.
Un nuovo errore, uno sbaglio eterno, mi viene dietro, mi fa vedere l'inferno, farti capire dover spiegare. Sei tanto stanco di essere non dire. E allora guarda nell'altra stanza, guarda, impara un po' a guardarti, che il tempo passa senza voltarsi e tu sei già abbastanza avanti. La favola già la conosco, dentro alla tavola c'è sempre un posto, non l'apparecchio, io non ho posto, non lavo i piatti, bevo piuttosto, guarda le note, senti le strofe, scappano via dentro alle stanze vuote e non si tengono, fanno un po' male, son caramelle che sanno di sale. Oh la la. You can hear good? It's good sound?
Very good.
Ah, sì, okay. Another little tune is chorale. Chorale Yiddish and chorale. Okay? Yeah. Slow tune.
Bello, gli applausi. Sì.
Bellissimo. Grazie.
Bravo, bravo.
Ah, Adele.
Ciuma!
If
More
I
music?
may,
You want more?
yes, but can I just say one thing? Even so, there were many friendships that led to this, but there was one man who came up with the idea of the violin, and we cannot thank him enough. Truly. Thank you, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Tom!
Wrong.
Wow.
Hi!
Hi. When I heard you play the first time, last May, it affected me so much. And my whole life had been in music as a teacher and a performer. And I heard the soul, the heart. And one of the things that really got to me was the fact that I could hear your instrument was nowhere near your level of talent. And I knew that was going to hold you back. So I felt I had to say something. And so I was so happy to come up with this idea, and I'm so happy that everybody else was able to join in and help with this. And this just makes me very, 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 very happy. Okay.
Me too. I'm so thankful for all of this.
Well, you just take this, and one thing I've found in my musical career is there's a lot of people, a lot of young people who have a lot of fast fingers and lots of technique and can do amazing things. But one of the things that they sometimes lack is the heart, the soul. And that's something that you have. So never lose that. Never let people turn you away from that.
Yeah, I hope so.
So this, I'm delighted to be here. I'm delighted to have been, a part of this, and I just want to hear you play some more.
Okay.
And of course, hearing it in person would be even better. by the way. I imagine hearing the music in person. Yeah. So
Oh,
I
yes.
cannot
I
wait
like-
myself to visit. Go ahead. Yeah. Suona.
Suona. Lo facciamo per voi.
Could somebody, before you start, could you tell us the name of the first song?
Il titolo della prima canzone.
No comment.
No come?
No comment.
First.
No comment, yes. No comment.
No comment.
Yeah, speak about impression of life, and but about this impression, there is sometimes no word, and so no comment. I can't comment this experience. Yes.
La titola in inglese.
Un titolo in inglese.
No comment, yeah, no comment.
Sì,
But
okay.
it's usually in Italian when you don't want comment, you say no comment. Okay. Comment. I don't want to speak. Yes, I want to not explain. No comment. Well, we play a slow mazurka. Maybe you just know is pour vous, no? Yeah, is our best. I don't know.
Bestseller.
Bestseller. Che bello. Grazie.
C'è una domanda?
Tom, did you have something to say? I see your hand is raised.
There's a very oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Tom did have something to say. Thank you for chatting that in. That's beautiful. It is very sweet.
Tommy, you are not alone.
You are not alone. Mhm.
Ha detto, guarda,
Cosa vuol dire?
che è un musicista da tanto tempo e serve, cioè, gli serve molto per smuoverlo, ma questo l'ha fatto piangere.
Chi è questo?
Muoverlo.
For me,
Is this all
For me-
original? Original?
pezzi originali.
yeah,
Stefano, I speak
yeah, yes,
queste melodie.
yes, is
Okay, I just wanted to point out that it's all original music by Stefano Delvecchio, Ciuma.
yes, but play with Adele is better. Yes, I play with a lot of musicians. A lot, many musicians in my life, but play with Adele is very. It's crazy. It's wonderful because Adele have a lot of empathy. Empatia, come si dice?
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah,
Uh,
empathy.
Listen. Adele feel, and we can joke. We can. It's a game. We can make a lot of dynamic. His play is not ta 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 ta. We look at his eyes and wow. And I think she thinks something, and we did.
Sì.
No, it's okay. I hope you understand my stupid English.
Yeah, if I may just say one more thing. You see a lot of instruments behind on the wall, but yes, I wanted to point out that Stefano learned to play the organetto. The instruments that he's playing is called organetto in Italian. He learned to play it, and then later he became a music teacher. And to save the school, the folk music school in Forlimpopoli, he became even the president, the director of the school, and dedicated many years and a lot of time to keep the music alive, the music school alive.
Long time ago, yes. 30 years ago. Yes, was a wonderful school of popular instrument, no? World music, and there is not very much in Italy, and one is in Forlimpopoli, and I met organetto, no, melodeon. I met in this school, and I fall in love with the school, and I work in not alone with a team of people because this school become still alive and become great. Yeah, it's very important.
And one more thing I keep remembering, because Stefano is an extraordinary human being and he has done so many amazing things that I keep forgetting to mention all of them. So together with Carlo, who is not here right now, but together with Carlo, they were both teaching creativity to people with disability in a special non-profit in Cesena that I always wanted to take our culinary tour to, but we never managed, because you see these fantastic little houses very colorful little houses made out of ceramics that people with all kind of disability make under the guidance of Carlo and Stefano. So there's so many amazing facets of their lives that I wanted to share with you, but I hope, but I believe the music is the most universal and touched your soul today and will continue to inspire you no matter what happened in life. This is the reason why we keep going back to Romagna, to get more inspiration, to get more compassion, to get more human warmth. So thank you so much. And if we still have time for questions, let's do it. Otherwise, the best is to go back to Romagna, which I'll do very soon in April.
Well, I think instrument you can see in my back, and instrument in life, not only a musical instrument. Instrument is important for everything is important for growing, and also in the school with Carlo, we give an instrument for grow. And if there is nothing, you can't grow. But there is something, also little. No, you can be curious, and you can try. You can learn something, and you can grow. In the desert, it's very difficult. No? Yeah.
Yeah.
And this instrument is for me, is for the Cinzia, is for the child, is for people come here, is for everyone, no? Is like experience, no? Is not important, no, to play, no, as to be a musician, but you can try, you can discover, yeah.
Yes, Carlo, I remember Carlo, who is not here, the painter and the friend of Stefano. Carlo says creativity is for everyone. That's the motto of the school.
No.
La creatività è per tutti.
Carlo?
Mi ricordo di quello che ha detto Carlo.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, did we lost something?
They seem a little frozen right now.
Well, I'm glad that.
Okay.
Okay.
Non abbiamo molte connessioni.
Well, it's been a wonderful time, and I am grateful that technology and the family of Delvecchio allowed us to spend a wonderful time. Start the year right.
Thank
beautiful
you.
music.
Chiamiamo anche Dario.
Grazie.
Dario.
Grazie a tutti.
Grazie a voi. You are wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, crazy.
Bravo, brava.
We hope to see you in live. Eating and drink something. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Grazie. Thank you.
Ciao Anna,
Grazie.
Karen, Tom.
Ciao, grazie.
Ciao, Linda. Ciao.
Ci vediamo in Romagna. We'll
Sì.
see each other in Romagna.
C'è Julie.
Julie, non so se
c'è
sei
Julie.
Julie. There is Julie.
Julie, where are you?
I'm here.
Why?
Oh, I can spotlight her. Is she here?
C'è Bruce.
Yeah. There she is. There's Julie.
Eccola. Julie, this is your chain.
Hey, Bruce.
Nice. Nice.
Yay!
Okay.
Well, Julie is coming in September, October, so we'll see each other and hear the violin in person, and so is Bruce.
Bruce.
And who else? Bruce. And I know Francine is gonna hear the music in person as well, and many others.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tom, again, thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, the guitars, right?
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Check this
Thank
out.
you for the music
Thank
one
you.
more time.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Tom.
Ciao.
Ciao. Arrivederci.
Bye.